Okay, this is the Flip 6 and this is the Flip 7. And on the Flip 7, you get a larger 6.9-inch cover display, biggest battery a Z Flip phone has ever had. It's now thinner, lighter, and Samsung has kept the same price as last year's Z Flip 6. So what's the catch? Plus you get Exynos 2500 this year, so how does it perform in a flip? Are there heating issues? Well, we'll talk about all of that. This is Pradeep, you're already watching TechWiser. Let's flipping go. Feels like that viral song. Now, the box content is pretty much the same, only the design on the top of the box is changed and you get a slightly blue line on the top to show the color of the phone. Now, this video is made in collaboration with Samsung, but the opinions and testing are ours. With that out, there are 4 big changes in the Z Flip 7. Now, visually from the back, the Flip 7 might look similar to the Flip 6, but the real changes, they are in the details. First up is the hinge. Samsung is using a new flex hinge on the Flip 7. The hinge now folds flatter and tighter, and if I put a paper in it and close it, the gap is reduced so even the paper doesn't slide out. Now, how does that affect in daily life? Well, it gives the phone a cleaner side profile. Plus, if it shuts more tightly, the chances of dust from your pocket getting inside to the inner folding screen is very less. Now, to make the hinge smaller, Samsung has used advanced armor aluminium, which is tougher than normal armor aluminium. So because of that, even after the bigger battery, the Flip 7 weighs 188 grams, the same as last year. The Flip 7 comes with an IP48 rating. That means it can handle a splash or quick dip, and it's slightly more resistant to dust than before. It still comes with Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2 on the cover display and the back glass. You also have some new colors too, mint, yellow, blue and silver shadow. They look clean and more muted compared to the pastel color of the Flip 6. So overall, yeah, the in-hand feel of the Flip 7 isn't a design revolution, but when you compare it side by side with the Flip 6, everything just feels more refined. Now coming to the part that makes or breaks a flip phone, displays. The major change you would see in the Flip 7 is the cover display, or as Samsung likes to flex it by calling it flex window. The Flip 7 comes with a 4.1-inch end-to-end cover display. Also, the display is upgraded this year to 120Hz compared to 60Hz last year. If you compare it with the Flip 6, the cover display looks quite big and usable. The bezels around the cover screen are slightly slimmer now, which gives it a cleaner, more modern look. So this year you can do a lot more on the cover display and comfortably. You can open full apps like Google Maps, WhatsApp, YouTube, Rapido right from the cover screen. Plus you can reply to messages, use a proper keyboard. In fact, typing with 2 fingers doesn't feel that odd. And for those who just cannot find the right words, you can use Google Gemini to talk your way out. Along with this, now when you flip open the phone to watch movies on Netflix, you get this 6.9-inch inner display. So one slight change this year is the whole phone is now made more wider. It has 21:9 aspect ratio now. Previously the Flip 6 felt taller when unfolded, but now the Flip 7 when unfolded feels like a normal bar phone like the S25 Plus. Also the crease is way reduced now. If you look for it, you might find it, but normally looking straight at the phone, I could barely see the crease. Even to the touch is more faint now. So I was watching Thug Life on Netflix and the display here is just like any other Samsung phone. Sensational. Sorry, that was cringe. Also, just to add, there is HDR support on Netflix and on YouTube videos as well. And the third much needed upgrade is the battery. You get a 4300 mAh battery. So in my short usage of watching content, reading articles and scrolling through reels, it easily lasted me a day on a single charge. Now we were not able to use the phone for more than 2 to 3 days, but we'll update the comments in 3 to 4 days. So make sure you check out the pinned comment for the screen on time and subscribe while you're down there. Now, the Flip 7 supports the same 25-watt fast charging as last year. It takes about half an hour to get it to 50% and 90 minutes to charge 100%. Also, there is wireless charging support as well as reverse wireless charging support. Now, before we get to the camera quality, the 4th major upgrade in the Flip 7 this year is Exynos 2500. You get the new Exynos 2500 along with 12GB LPDDR5X RAM and 256GB UFS 4.0 storage. There is also a 512GB variant. Now, I know the burning question. How is it? What's Exynos 2500 and how is the performance? Well, first of all, the Exynos 2500 is a 10-core processor like the Exynos 2400. It's now based on 3 nanometer rather than 4 nanometer. Plus, the clock speeds are now higher. You get fewer efficiency cores and the GPU is upgraded to X-Clips 950, which uses AMD's RDNA 3 architecture. Now, in benchmarks, we ran Antutu and it scored 16 lakh almost. Thankfully, in the CPU throttling test, which checks for CPU overheating, the Flip 7 performed well. Next, in order to check the GPU, we ran the 3D Mark Extreme test and 3D Mark Extreme Stress test. And the temperature is well under 40 degrees, but the stability score is low. So, to put into simple words, the Flip doesn't overheat, but at the same time, it's not meant for gaming or pushing it to the extreme. Like, it tries to stay cool by not running at the highest performance. Now, coming towards the camera, there isn't much change from the Flip 6. You get a 50 megapixel main camera and a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle camera. Now, we took some photos in daylight, so the light control is on point and the colors are slightly poppy to make the photos social media ready. Even if you zoom in, there is a good amount of detail. The skin tone is also close to natural. In low light also it takes good photos, but the only thing here is you can only zoom up to 10x digitally. The photos on the ultra wide angle camera, well, they are decent. In videos you get this auto mode, so if you keep your phone half flipped, it tracks you and keeps you in focus. It's helpful if you do live stream or shoot reels that way. Plus, you can take videos at 4K 60 FPS from the rear camera as well as the front camera. On the front, you get a 10 megapixel selfie camera and the selfies from it come out good. But again, why would you use the selfie camera when you have this? You can take selfies with the main camera, so you can keep the phone half flipped and you show the palm, it clicks pictures. And then there are some places where only a flip phone can reach out. Another interesting thing here is if you open the Instagram camera app here side by side with the iPhone, in low light scenarios, the Flip 7 shows the option to take photos in night mode. But on iPhone, the mode isn't there. So the camera app support in third-party apps is getting better. So overall, the cameras for a flip phone is good and you also get a lot of AI features in camera. You can press and hold a video footage to slow it down, or if you have a recorded video which has noises in the background, there is audio eraser. It uses AI to remove the noise, along with other usual AI features like magic eraser, automatic crowd eraser in photos, etc. And that brings me to the software. The Flip 7 along with the Fold 7 are the first phones to come with One UI 8 out of the box, which is based on the latest Android 16. Now the first change that I noticed here is multitasking. Now you can do a 90-10 split of the apps and you can switch between them smoothly. Another new feature here is audio broadcast or Auracast. 1000 Aura points for the name. Now what you can do is you can scan the QR code from a different phone and now you can listen to the same song on both the phone and it would be broadcasted from here. So you can have your lovely time with a special someone. Now the only catch here is you need to use a Bluetooth earphone or a headphone, and your Bluetooth headphone or earphone should support Bluetooth LE audio. Next is, if you play music, it appears in the bottom left. Tap on the music player and this is how it appears. Now in the lock screen, you can increase the size of the clock and this new clock font wraps around the subject, which looks very cool. Another new thing here is, if you click pictures on the cover screen, you see this cool animation around the camera lenses, and when you switch those lenses, there is an animation around the camera which is working. Along with all of this, the Flip also gets the support for Samsung DeX as well. Now I can go on and on about the software feature, but that's like a different video that we did. You can check it out here on One UI 8. So overall, the Flip 7 cost about 1,09,990. On pre-order, you automatically get upgraded to the 512GB variant at the same price. Now I was surprised that the price remained the same even after the hardware upgrades, and I don't feel Samsung sees much competition in pricing when it comes to flip phones. I would recommend you try out the phone in offline stores. On that note, let me know if you have any questions on the Flip 7. We'll answer all of them for the next 1 hour. This is Prateek signing off. See you in the next video.